Hello, Celestial Babes. Welcome to lesson 1 of beginner pole. Today, we're going to do a new warm-up. This is a little bit of a combination warm-up of all of the warm-ups we've done in intro. We are going to introduce you to some new pole conditioning as well. You will want your pole on static to start unless you feel comfortable doing things on spin and you have enough control there. Outside of that, we do have one conditioning move that we will be doing on spin. All right, babes, to start, we're going to do our Lego walk with our arm pulses. And remember, we do this for about 20 to the palm facing the front, 20 of the palm facing to the ground, and then 20 of the palm facing to the back. Once you've done your palms, we're going to keep that back and forth rock and keep those shoulders in big circles going backwards for about 20 seconds or so. And then you'll switch and go forward for 20 seconds or so. All right, on this next one, we're going to think about drawing with our chin, not our forehead. So we're going to draw a light circle, keeping yourself nice and grounded. Allow your eyes to move with you. And you're going to go in this direction about 3 to 5 times and then switch it. Just steady breath. 3 to 5 times in this direction. And then we'll go back and forward and back and forward. And you can go backwards and forwards about 10 times, nice and light. Don't force it. And then we'll go side to side about 12 times, alternating. You should feel some stretch down your neck and into your shoulder. Don't force it, just let it hang for a second. And lastly, we're going to look side to side about 12 times. Keeping your body forward, but your head moving to each shoulder. Nice and light, not quick, just a good steady pace. It's not a race, it's just a warm-up. All right, we've done these before. We're gonna do them standing today. Just some wrist circles with fan hands. Remember, we're going to go about 20 seconds in the direction coming in and then 20 seconds coming outward. Make sure you're rotating that hand with the circle. Okay, get that wrist in there. I believe we've done this one before as well. You're going to put your palms together. Try to keep your elbows together, and we're going to make a figure 8. You're going to take that figure 8 after about 20 seconds and reverse it. And do 20 seconds in this direction. Now that we've gone 20 seconds, we're going to start moving through the arms. So you're going to widen it out into the elbows and then change the direction for a couple of seconds. And then start to move into your shoulder, through the arms, like a big old wave, right? Do this for about 30 seconds total, starting in those hands, moving into the elbows, and then the shoulders. All right, let's warm up our spine a bit. We're gonna do some really funky body waves. And by funky, I mean they're gonna be huge. So we're gonna start at our head, we're gonna bring it down, widen those feet out, and then wave up. You're gonna curl into that cat position and then cow out of it. Be big, be silly with it. You're gonna go this direction about 10 times and then you're gonna reverse it. Cow into it, cat out. Cow in and cat out. Just keeping that belly button nice and tight the entire time. Don't let anything hang out. Keep it tall, braced. Braced means you can still talk, you can still breathe, you can still move. All right, come on over to your pole. You can use this guy as a little bit of an assister on this one. You can face it, and we're gonna swing either leg. I'm starting with my right side. Nice and light, all the way through the heel. I don't wanna see this. I know I can't see you, but I don't wanna see this. I know you're gonna try this, and don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Nice and light with control, because we're gonna squeeze that hip and you're gonna move through the heel, okay? Your body should mostly be standing straight up as we do this, right? See that? You can tell if you're doing it wrong if you're swinging your body around. We're gonna do this for about 20 seconds on each side. Now that we've gone laterally, we're gonna go front to back. Same thing. Be very cautious. None of this, okay? None of this. Everybody always does that. I see this stuff in the gym and it hurts my heart. Stop. Control, babes, control. As you come back, what I'm doing is actually squeezing my glute, right? Pushing through the heel, keeping that core nice and tall. It is not this movement. This is not the movement. That's not your leg, that's your whole body moving. Body moving. Okay, so 20 seconds on this side, 20 seconds on this side. Let's warm up those hips just a little bit more. You're gonna come into a standing straddle. Toes are actually gonna be pointed outward on this one, along with those knees. We're gonna open up and we're gonna do some circles. Warm up the hips, okay? Circle it out. You're gonna go 10 to 12 in this direction. 10 to 12 in this direction. It doesn't matter which direction you start with. The whole point is to be down, right? As low as you can get. If you can get back here, that's great, right? If you need to start up here with a baby squat, that's okay too. Now, we're gonna keep that straddle, but point those toes forward this time. Arms out in a T, and we're gonna come to the center and look up. We're gonna twist that spine a little bit, hold for a second, and switch sides. We're doing nice steady breathing on this. If you can get your hand flat, that's great. If you need more stretch, you can go wider so you can get lower. Do about 20 of these alternating, or roughly 30 seconds. All right, babes, we're moving down to the ground for just a couple of minutes. We're gonna do some point and flex. Let's warm up those ankles. We're gonna do about 20 seconds of pointing and flexing. Now that we've done 20 seconds of pointing and flexing, you guessed it, we're gonna do circles. Really moving through that big toe, pointing through that big toe. You're gonna do 20 seconds in one direction, and then 20 seconds moving outward in the opposite direction. Ooh, we should be feeling pretty toasty by now. We're gonna move into a little more conditioning with abs first. We've done this move before. You're gonna point those toes, you're gonna lift and bring it into the center, and then back out. We're gonna do this for 20 total of these. So each time you bring it to the middle is 1. Coming back out, here's 2. Or you can do this for 30 seconds. Okay, back on your feet, babe. We're gonna put on those wrist weights. We're gonna activate our shoulders by doing some big arm circles. As you do this, you wanna think about squeezing your shoulder blades together and then apart. So right here, my shoulder blades are together, and as they come forward, they separate. But I'm gonna stand tall and braced, okay? We're gonna do about 20 seconds forward. Make sure you keep those traps down, shoulders are away from the ears, and then we're gonna do 20 seconds to the back. All right, go ahead and move your weights to your ankles. We're also gonna wipe down our pole as we're gonna move over to our pole in just a moment for some scapular pull-ups. You're gonna keep those ankle weights on you. Now for this move, please feel free to put your pole on static If you don't want it to move, you do not have to, but the move after we are going to go on spin. We've done these before. We're going to come up onto those toes, reaching above our head, staying close to the pole, and then drop it down and let the shoulders shrug. Exhale as we pull through the shoulder and the elbow by keeping the elbow locked. Coming up onto those toes as you pull yourself toward the pole. You're gonna do 2 sets of 8 on each arm. All right, babes, as always, I encourage you to not use any grip assistant yet until we actually get into the lesson itself. The conditioning will help you strengthen that grip. This next move, we're gonna do a power pole hop. So you're going to put your arms above your head and you're going to keep those ankle weights on and hop around the pole as far as you can. I believe we've done this one before as well. So we're up here and we're going to pull through the elbows, right? To activate the lats and keep those shoulders down or you won't be able to hop up, right? You won't be able to pull up. If you can make it a full rotation, that's wonderful. Try to do 2 to 4 rotations in each direction. If not, we're just going to hop and focus on pulling through those elbows as much as you can. If you're doing little hops like this, try to get 2 rotations in each direction. Don't forget to switch your hand that's on top, correlating with the direction that you're going. All right, you are welcome to now get some grip aid if you would like. We are going to start on the floor and learn how to do a spin up first. Today's lesson does include a little combo at the end. All right, our first move starts on the ground. We are going to be in a kneeling position with our outside leg extended. So my left leg is in the kneeling position and my right leg right now is my extended leg. Pointing all the way through that big toe. We're going to keep our inside arm at the top here and our outside arm is going to come up into bracket. Okay, now this is going to move just a little bit as you move through this movement as you stand. We're going to take that right leg and we're going to swing it around the pole and step. As we step, we're going to ascend upward. Let me show you all put together. Okay. A little bit tough to do slow, so I'm going to do my best. Here we go. We're going to take that right and swizzle. You can see I'm on my knee here, starting to come off. And as we're going around, that right ball of the foot is going to start to touch the ground. And I lift myself up off the ground just a little bit and then come all the way around and stand. You do not have to come all the way to the other side if you don't want to. This one you can stop wherever you want. We are going to try both sides though. I don't have quite as much room on this side, but I'm going to do my best. So again, we're going to take that left leg, it's extended, and we're going to swing around to the other side. Go ahead and give yourself a few minutes to play around with this one. All right, babes, our next movement is a pole sit. This one does hurt the thighs if you are new to this, so I apologize, but I have been there before, so I also don't apologize. But you'll get used to it, I promise. You're going to start by facing your pole. This is the beginner version of this. We're going to put our hands just in front of us, kind of, what's that, around my chin, chest area, okay? Now, to do this, we are going to connect a leg. I'm going to take my left foot and step inward and use my right leg to swing around and connect at the pole. You'll notice that I'm connecting on my inner thigh, the juiciest part. You don't want to be too high in the coochie and you don't want to be too low. Both of those give different problems for this move. Now the trick to this move is having the legs come in together, okay? You gotta squeeze the pole as hard as you can like it's a watermelon, or you're gonna pop a guy's head off. Okay, so our hands are here. We're gonna step in with that left foot first, and we're gonna swing the right leg around and connect and pulse it. Now you can see my legs are in that scissor shape, right? The trick, there's one more trick to this. If you do not lean into that bottom leg, you will fall, okay? So if your hips are square, you're gonna fall. So we have to put pressure by leaning in to our, so now from the left side, okay, I will step with my right leg first, connect with my left. Remember to let that right leg off the ground or you're gonna get stuck, okay? Let me show you what I mean. And this happens a lot with new students for this move. They'll step, they connect, but then they don't let go of the ground. You have to let go of the ground, see? Otherwise, you're just gonna wrap around the pole. So make sure you let go. Arms are tight. Core is squeezed and you're leaning into that bottom leg. Give yourself a few moments to try this out on both sides. Okay, so remember I said that pole sit leads into our next movement, mermaid sit. This one is fun. It does require a little bit of flexibility and strength within that flexibility, but I know you have it. So we're going to start from that pole sit, which means we're going to start by facing our pole. We're going to step from the outside leg first and wrap around with the outside, the inside leg first, wrap around with the outside leg, okay? So once you're in your pole sit, okay, you're going to lean back and flip that hand on top, and you're going to twizzle through and then bend those legs underneath. And that hand just comes right on the lap. It's best to look up. This helps the posture to come out, put your feet down, and just unwind. Let's put that all together because that looks really funny slow. A note before we do, you want to make sure that your outside arm, right, the arm that you're stepping toward, is on top. That will help so that you can twizzle your body through. That's very important. Lean back and through. If you get dizzy, close your eyes. To stop, put your foot down and unwind. This one does take a little bit of stretching and flexibility, so give yourself some grace as you do this and try both sides. Right, now that we've had a few moments to practice our mermaid, sit, or baby snake, we are going to take that and unwind it into a scissor layout. You do not have to go full layout on this, keep that in mind. As your core gets stronger, you'll be able to lay back further and further, getting a straighter line, okay? So this one also starts from a pole sit, which makes it very easy to come into from a mermaid sit, right? So we're gonna come and start this from our pole sit first. Again, stepping with that left, extending the right, come into your pole sit. You're gonna take your left hand, put it on bottom, your right hand, and we're gonna scissor those legs out. Really squeeze your thighs in, otherwise you'll fall. And don't forget to switch your hip to the opposite direction so that you have contact and tension with the pole. Don't forget to do the other side too. So stepping with the right, connecting with the left, dropping that right hand, then the left, and lean back. To come out, bring yourself up into the pole sit and stand. Give yourself a few minutes to practice on both sides, and then I'm going to show you how to put this together in a combo. All right, to start our combo, we're going to start in the spin up from the floor, move into a pole sit, into mermaid sit, and then finally lay out in scissor. and down. Give yourself some time to play with this on both sides. All right, my babe, that brings us to the end of Beginner Pole Lesson 1. I hope that you had a blast and you learned something that you can take some time to work on this week, and we'll see you for Lesson 2 next week.